We're talking about knowledge of the future in movies, YouTube channel, Easter Egg Psychic. Alright, the classic Star Trek television episode, Requiem for Methuselah. I believe this may show future references to the Star Trek movies. These are 13 films released between 1979 and 2016. The 1969 Star Trek episode Requiem for Methuselah. Season 3, episode 19. So the cast in this includes Trek regulars William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, DeForest Kelley, James Doohan, and Nichelle Nichols. Guest stars in this one, James Daly and Louise Sorel. So in this episode, Kirk, Spock, and McCoy beam down to a planet, and they're looking for a substance that will be key in producing a treatment to the deadly Rigelian fever, which has struck the Enterprise crew. There they meet the lordly character Flint, and they're taken to his abode, a lavish and palatial, containing one of the galaxy's most impressive collections of artwork. And he also has an android companion played by Louise Sorel. This is Raina. Alright, so looking at this episode, your anchor and indicator that the future Star Trek movies are being described. Pretty simple to recognize. Both Raina and Flint are shown at several points throughout the episode, seated in front of a television or video display. Then another indicator, the art collection of Flint itself, and the fact that later on he shrinks the Enterprise, and the model of the Enterprise starship, it sits on a table. A reference to a more recent Star Trek film may be seen in the repeated instance of the name Johannes or Johann. Earlier on, McCoy takes a look at Flint's collected literary works, and among them is an original Gutenberg Bible printed in the 1450s. And this is an example of one of the earliest mass-printed books using movable type. This was published by Johannes Gutenberg, a German inventor and craftsman. Later on, Kirk and Raina play billiards and then dance to a piano melody played by Spock. Afterwards, he notes that the music was written in the handwriting of Johannes Brahms, 19th century German composer and pianist. So 2 instances of the name, and we're looking for a reference to a future Star Trek film. I thought of actress Scarlett Johansson, known for her role as the Marvel Cinematic Universe comic book heroine Black Widow, and she was in Avengers in 2012 along with Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Mark Ruffalo, Jeremy Renner, Samuel L. Jackson, and Chris Hemsworth, who also played Captain Kirk's father in the 2009 J.J. Abrams Star Trek film. This was a reboot to the classic series with a cast that included Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, Eric Bana, Leonard Nimoy, Winona Ryder, Simon Pegg, Zoe Saldana, Carl Urban, Anton Yelchin, and Rachel Nichols. And what becomes obvious about the apparent future references in Requiem for Methuselah is there are repeating themes or examples. So with this one, the next movie, 2013 Star Trek Into Darkness, adds Benedict Cumberbatch, who also played the Marvel comic book hero Doctor Strange in several movies. But in this, he plays classic Trek villain Khan Noonien Singh, previously portrayed by Ricardo Montalban. And I did some other videos where apparently Khan is mentioned in this episode as well. But with Chris Hemsworth, he was also in the 2015 historical adventure drama In the Heart of the Sea. And this story is based on an event that inspired Herman Melville's 1851 novel Moby Dick. Cillian Murphy and Tom Holland were also in this. This story and Moby Dick are, of course, about whales and whale hunters. And this brings about yet another parallel to a movie with a similar plot, and it's Star Trek IV The Voyage Home in 1986. Whales, the sea animals, are key to this story, where the Enterprise crew who transfers to a Klingon bird of prey travel backwards in time from the 23rd century to planet Earth in the 1980s. They have to find a humpback whale to bring into the future in order to quell the destructive tantrums of an alien space probe, which has brought Earth, the nerve center of the Federation, to its knees, disturbing mass communications and whatnot. My YouTube channel is Easter Egg Psychic. There I go back, I look at movies and television from the past. I analyze these for possible references to future media. These may appear in the form of anecdotes, idioms, anagrams, hidden in the subtext of the work in question. I also use an unconventional method where I look at the likenesses of the actors. And what I found is you can take the likenesses, match these up to some of the anecdotal items, and show past, present, and future information about actors and other personalities who may resemble the personalities in the movie or television episode that you're watching. My email contact is eastereggguy, that's GUY, @yahoo.com. Thanks for watching.